All right, so here we are. It's the Jack Kirby Museum live. I need to hide that. And well, we're here on a Saturday afternoon on the East Coast of the United States. And well, what's going on? Oh, it's me and Tom.
I'm here
Hey,
too.
Tom.
Hi.
Yeah, we're so so we're here. We're the Jack Kirby Museum folks, and we have been looking at Jack's The Losers, which has been a lot of fun. And
We're
let's
nearing
just
the end. It's
we're
this is
getting
what
near the
the
end.
third one,
So
right?
yeah, so we're gonna I'm gonna say hi to Lynn. Good to see you, Lynn, man.
Hey, Lynn.
I feel like you haven't been live with us the last few times, but it's good to see you live
Yeah.
now. So that's whatever. My memory could be totally whack, but it's great to see you, man. And where are you? Oh, and you're on Facebook. And PQ River was early on YouTube. So there's that. All right. So let's just like do our little intro thing. We are a nonprofit 501c3 dedicated to promoting and educating the world about the life and works of Jack Kirby. We have done a lot of live streams. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and check out this. We did like a whole summer. What summer was that? Is that 2 summers
That
ago
was two
now?
summers ago. Yeah, it was
Of
during the beginning of the
is
pandemic.
the beginning of the band. So it was all just we went through the fourth world. It was fantastic. What else did we do? Oh, 4th of July, we did a bicentennial battles. This is all on our YouTube channel. Seriously, Mike Royer live. It was great. Mike is fantastic. And we did a Jack Kirby 101 for San Diego Comic-Con. I'm just going to go through. We did 26 hours of shows on the 103rd birthday in 2020. If we ever do that again, well, I don't know if we'll ever do that again. It was fantastic. we'll schedule it better next time. But anyhow, let's
Yeah,
get
we had 26 guests probably.
At least, yeah.
Yeah,
And
from
I
all
mean,
over
it
the
worked.
world.
It went well. It was just
Watch it.
somebody
Rob
didn't put in.
Liefeld.
Yep.
Just a
Well,
lot of
yeah,
great
a lot of
footage
great
there.
shows there. Yeah, and next time we include like lunch in our schedule
And breaks.
and a little break, a little break, in the schedule, not just like, oh, they're showing a full screen thing. I'm gonna scamper away and do.
Well, this was really meant to be a marathon, so it was back to back, really.
That's right. It was. Yeah. So where's my mouse? Okay. So then we did the month of the demon in October. We covered all kinds of wonderful OMAC stuff. We did the weird and wacky, like kind of little bits and pieces. I realized how much we love Atlas. I liked Atlas the most. I like Atlas better than Manhunter, I think, just as a potential, and Cobra and Justice Incorporated and everyone's favorite Richard Dragon Kung Fu Fighter, one or two issues. No. We did the Speak Out series. We talked about the magazines from DC. We just like dove deep into the DC in the 70s stuff. But last July we did a live thing. Not a live thing. We did a chat with Adam McGovern and Alana Levin on Jack Kirby's favorite stories. That was really fun, and I really liked that a lot. So then here we are. Look at this. All our losers. We did a little bit. Episode 1, you can see a kind of an overview, a quick overview. These whole things are all quick overviews, man. We don't go deep. We're just like giving you tours, quick overview of Jack's world, his war comics. And then we dove in. We started the looking at the losers. Just really, really fun war comics, army comics, war comics that Jack did in the 70s. And I think I admitted in the second episode I bought one off the stands and liked it, but didn't buy any more. Go figure. I didn't like war comics. What can I tell you? I was moving into Jim Starlin and stuff like that. Neil Adams. Get those Green Lantern, Green Arrow back issues. So here we are.
That was the year before I started collecting comics, so they were
so there you
already
go.
off the stands by the time I started.
So Lynn was on vacation. Okay, it's great to hear that you love. Yeah.
I guess.
Stefano, it's good to see you. Lantern Zone, good to see you again, and thank you, PQ. So yes, so here we are at the. We're going to take a look at these 3 issues. We left ourselves at a cliffhanger last time with Panama Fattie. So we're going to pick up on that. We're going to take a look at Mile a Minute Jones and Ivan. Ivan has a splash page on it because I decided this time I'm not going to feature Joe Kubert covers. I love Joe Kubert, but it's the Jack Kirby Museum. So let's look at Jack Kirby art and our promotional material. All right. Where am I now? Okay. Here we go. All right. It's a pencil photocopy. So we have in our archive, when we've scanned the Kirby family's photocopies of Jack's pencil art, I just like to say it because every video could be somebody's first, So Jack started photocopying his pencils right at the time that Mike Royer started inking. Darn it! So
when he came back after his hikes in the mountains and started inking again, yeah.
Well, no, I was just talking about the photocopying that Jack did.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry.
That's right. Yeah. But anyhow, so you could see, this is original art, pencil art that Jack has, or Roz or Steve Sherman have run through the automatic document feeder of a large scale photocopier in 1974, I guess, and so that's what we get. And then this is the original art that we were lucky enough to scan. We have a lot of original art for these issues, which is great. We're going to show some of it, but not all of it. But that's cool because last episode we didn't have a lot of original art. It was just kind of just photocopies, and even one issue last time we didn't have. So I look at the whiteout on there, Tom. You looking at that?
Yeah, I was just looking at that because.
So I dove
what was
in.
The purpose?
I think the best thing I can tell is I think somebody spilled some ink.
Oh.
Because it's not changed.
Well, that's Mike Royer's inks. We could ask him.
We could ask him. But yeah, that whiteout, I mean, there's nothing significantly changed. I thought there might have been a hand changed or a gun, but you look at the 2 pieces and I don't really see it. Well, there's Bob.
Yeah.
I didn't buy these when they came out either, but recently, thanks to us and the Kirby Collector, you've been inspired to pick up a few issues. Yeah, it really is great Jack Kirby comics. That's the thing,
So as we mentioned in the last show, it's most likely that the lettering and all of this work, the final work, was done at the DC offices in New York, and that's why, like, you have that little black square with reverse out type. That is what Jack indicated at the very top. So it's kind of
right.
Interesting.
I mean, and there was a thing going on for a while where the type was at the top.
Yep.
But then they changed their trade dress. The incredibly whatever. They changed their trade dress. So there was no longer room at the top for type, like descriptive type like that. So then they would put it down. They put it in a box somewhere over the art. But yeah, shoot, I can't. All right. So let's okay, so here's where we left last issue. The boys have been tied up and they've got Panama Fattie's guns pointed at them. All right, so what's happening? Where are we? Oh, okay, I guess we're gonna find out in a little while. Okay, so we're on the shores of Panama.
In the previous issue, she did talk to these Japanese people and got a briefcase.
Yeah, was supposedly $500,000, and she was gonna live lived pretty well, and she didn't care, whatever, So
she didn't
yeah,
care
so
that she was betraying her country and
her country
selling out. Yeah,
right. So yeah, so I guess let's look like we have some suicide action. I don't know what that headband is. Is that like a kamikaze thing? I don't know.
not sure. Well,
But
they're saying bonsai,
yeah,
so that means fighting. But
right. One thing to note in this issue, you'll see that Mike is doing, and I think the next issue too, you'll see Mike doing a lot of the thick border emphasis, which is cool. I mean, I like it, but apparently Jack told him to stop, and we'll see that in the third issue where there are no dark borders.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh man, look at that! Wow. So there's some original art. Yeah.
It's always interesting to see the way Jack draws anatomy, and not always necessarily accurately, but more.
Look at the length of those arms. Yeah, I know.
Design. Yeah, if you look at those arms, they're longer than they should be.
Yeah. And just to remind you folks, you've seen us share people's comments. If you make comments on YouTube or Facebook, we should see them, and we'll do our best to share them, or answer any questions, or acknowledge your comments. So, and I guess one of the things about these war comics was, it's kind of like a military nerd stuff, which we have the back 2 pages that are coming up, and then it's always like, he has to draw the accurate plane and provide a few details about it. So that's kind of fun.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so yeah, there's a big plane.
So that's basically what. So Panama Fattie would hijack cargo trucks and sell it to the Japanese and get money for it.
Yeah.
So that's how she got all her riches. And this is like in Panama, which is technically in North America, or in America.
The Americas, our shores.
Americas. Yeah. So so probably the plan is to bomb United States from Panama.
Oh, I thought it was just, I think it's to destroy the Panama Canal. That would.
Oh, that's probably it then.
That's
that makes more sense. Yeah.
And there's the color version. I mean, yeah, it's pretty cool, pretty fun. It's the scan of the first printing on, whatever, but it's cool. All right. So the plane takes off. They're checking the bomb bay. They're on the beach. Again, you see the panel in the lower right with the thicker borders. Oh, and then we have our splash page.
So that's where we left off last issue.
This is where we left off. There, the boys have guns pointed at them. So yeah, we get to. So what do they have to do? Well, they're bombing out on the Panama Canal. We found our hijackers, Sarge. Yeah, great. Except you're all tied up. All right. Okay. Yeah. No, it's cool. It's always fun to see Mike's design work with the borders and the lettering style and stuff like that. It's always fun. Okay. Well, here's the answer. Then Sarge doesn't want to call her Fattie, but she's okay with that. Go ahead.
500,000 smackaroos.
Yeah.
So there's this kind of like relationship between the two of them. She really likes him.
Yeah, they kind of like each other, actually.
They do. Yeah,
it's pretty mutual. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I put this in because of the action. Just that middle panel is pretty cool. A little.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah. So what's happening?
I use his head.
Yeah, that's right.
Clock.
Yep. Yikes. Yeah.
So they get their last will to have a cigarette.
Right. Isn't that, I have a last request? Yeah, sure. Whatever. Okay.
And they use that in order to like get out, basically.
Yeah.
Just fight them.
And they keep at there's more action, and then she's got an opportunity to shoot, but she can't do it.
No, handsome.
Ah.
I love her look in the second to last
bottom
panel.
left panel.
It's great.
Yeah, it's really good. Yeah, it's a classic.
It's interesting because Jack really knew how to draw heavyweight people. He really understood how they moved and the weight. You really feel the weight of them. It's really cool.
Yeah. She can't do it. Rotten hell. Okay, they got a break. They can do it. Uh-oh. All kinds of stuff going on. Head bonking, chair throwing, box throwing. All right. But the guys still have guns.
I know. They're amazing. The losers are getting punched back and fighting and get the ropes off.
Yeah. Up. Panama Fattie's getting away. Here, take this gun. But I can't. I can't shoot her. Oh, give me the gun. I'll do it.
I can.
Cloud. Yeah. I like that Jack. I mean, I don't know when I started noticing it, but I appreciate the fact that he was designing the sound effects.
Mm.
When you look at the pencils, you'll see that that's his stuff, which is pretty cool. All right, so shot the tires. They're running. Man, she's going off again like a runaway blimp. She knows where she's going. She must be. Maybe she's leading them somewhere. What? An enemy installation.
Yeah, so she's going back to where she was before, basically.
Yeah.
With the bag of money in her hand.
Right.
Or the briefcase of money in
the
this
briefcase. Case. Yeah. What's the matter? I want to see him. No, we paid you. The deal is finished. Yeah, unfortunate. Language stuff, but whatever. Oh, okay. Let me go, or I'm gonna shoot. See, every page has one panel that's in the black border.
Yeah, that's true. But it makes sense. I mean, bam.
It's fun. No, I mean, and again, it's Mike's choice. Mike decided to do that, and it's
so
cool, but
she shoots first, and that second, that bam, it's just like, you could have chose to show like her actually shooting the guy, but instead you show more of a reaction. It's just really cool.
Up, and then she got it. Oop. Let's go. They blasted her. Yeah. She's out. He's out. They run up. Here comes the enemy. Give the alarm. Oh, man.
And they start shooting everyone.
Yeah. And then goes over to her and like, well, you're dead.
Sorry, Fattie. Sorry.
Yeah, too bad. Does the classic eyelid closing.
When did he try to talk her out of this? Just wondering.
I know. Then what? It's a camouflage. Then that's when they discover the camouflaged airstrip.
Right.
Shoot the
they
fuel
break through.
And then it's all like they get in a vehicle and they're driving away, just tearing the place apart. And they shoot the plane. and that's it.
Thank God they had a heavy duty. They grabbed the right truck so that it
had that. I don't know, the gunner, right? Whatever that is.
It's been a hard day.
Yeah. Oof. All right.
It's funny. They finish a lot of these like it's been a hard day, like the one where
I know.
Where the lights on Broadway kind of thing.
Right. Right. Shut up. So then we have our mega side by side of the Nazi super planes. This is, Jack had all this reference stuff and just made these cool things. I haven't even looked at the other issues done by the other people to see. I'm sure they did. This is a thing, in these comics.
Yeah, I never looked at the other our fighting forces.
I know, me neither. Oh man,
should do that.
I know, get a little context going, but they've got all right. But I believe it was part of the thing. If anybody can shed some light on that, that'd be welcome.
Sure.
And we have more Nazi jets. Excellent.
Of course.
Oh boy, the Daimler Benz projected long range bomber. Oh, it was projected. Then the HE 162A2. Wow, one person plane. All right.
More surprises are coming, Ran.
It'll be great. Because we've got tanks coming up. This is the time when like the page count was really suffering too. I mean, it's like that was a 16-page story with these 2 pages at the end.
And I don't believe that he did these 2 pages at the end on all of them.
The next issue, there aren't any. It's an 18.
Yeah, because story. I think he ran out of. He wanted to tell the story.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. All right, so here we go. We're gonna move into the fantastic Mile a Minute Jones issue. So there's the scan of the photocopy of the pencil art. This looks like Barry's inks, right?
It is Barry's inks, yes.
Yeah. So, Jack's got his again.
But the inside is Royer.
Correct. Yeah. And then his comeback Jeb. It's a trap.
It is.
He can't come back.
No.
He can't.
No.
So
I can't. I can't.
I can't. I simply can't.
I can't.
All right. So I'm just going to take a second here and say, I'll do this. Hang on a second. Let me see if I can do this right now. Oh man, really? All right. Hey, it's us. Sorry. I know you didn't expect that, but I just want to do this and show everybody Mile a Minute Murphy, the guy who first rode his bicycle 60 miles an hour, and he was a big deal back in the day. And my grandfather used to use that term, like, what are you, Mile a Minute Murphy? And I believe that's where this Mile a Minute Jones comes from, because old timers would know something called Mile a Minute Murphy. Just a little note.
That's cool.
All right.
Nice to get perspective.
It happens sometimes. All right. We'll go back. There's more to come. All right. So that's the cover. Mile a Minute Jones. Oh man. Yeah. All right. So yeah. An American truck is taking the wrong road. Take no prisoners. Kill them that are still alive. But somebody behind a boulder appears, shoots him, then goes, bam! Look at that. Wowzers.
Do you want to hide your... Yep. Thanks.
I knew you were bristling at that crazy little thing.
Such a great spread.
Isn't that something? Yeah.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Really. great.
You feel the power and you can hear it. And you can see him running.
The
and the
motion
gun in the
and
foreground adds like depth of field
the
and
3D
perspective.
space. We needed a guy in the lower right hand corner, like with his mouth open. But no, other than that,
in this case, we just have a knight.
We just have Mile a Minute Jones. We have a hand with a knife.
Yeah.
No, it's totally great. Totally great. Yeah. Wow. So he's mad and he's running. He's like an eel.
He is.
And there's the color. There's the color version. Yeah. It should be an easy kill, but it's not. And he keeps running. No, he gets called a devil. Teufel. Right, Richard? Teufel. So, as we move on, Mike's having some fun here with these initial caps. Oh, hey, Alana. Yeah.
Hello.
Amazing inks. Yeah, absolutely incredible. So he just keeps running. Oh, get ready, Lantern Zone. It's there are things afoot in that regard, but we'll get there. So he says, "Stop, Henry Jones." What? I thought his name was Jeb.
Yeah, wait a minute. Maybe he changed his
nickname
name
for Henry. No. All right.
So what do you think happened there? Do you think that Jack submitted the story and did the cover afterwards and forgot, or did the cover and send the cover?
Yeah, it's a delay. I mean, we might be able to. I don't even know what the X numbers are on the cover versus the story.
Yeah.
Maybe there was a delay. I don't know. Just a brain fart. Yeah. So here's Mile a Minute Jones. Yeah. Mission for the losers. What do you have to do? What? Oh, they're trying to capture General Kessel. All right, before he's rescued. Yeah, beautiful. And then
so that's their mission, is to rescue this person. So that's why they're there.
Yeah. So that they're there, but there's Mr. Jones and recognizing Henry Jones, recognizing Bruno Borman.
Bruno.
Move into the color. It's amazing how much more exciting the inked art is than the color.
Mm-hmm. It's more detail, without a doubt.
What's that all about? Yeah, I don't know. It's weird.
It's crappy printing and crappy paper back in the 70s.
All right, I'll go with that. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's also choice.
Doesn't have to be that way, right? Yeah. All right, so we're what's happening? Yeah, so he's a paratrooper, but yeah, remember when we ran at the Olympics? You're a good runner for a black man, Henry, but I won the race. No, you did not, Bruno. All right, so they're going back and forth. All right. There was a big fight. Blah 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 blah. And there's the losers.
They capture him.
Bruno,
yeah.
Still looking for General Kessel.
Yeah, got to find that Kessel.
Are they doing a Kessel run? Wait a minute. That's like a Star Wars. That's like a weird Star Wars. I'm not even going to go there.
Don't go there.
No. All right. So.
And his buds realize that he's kind of gone.
Right. Borman, yeah. And Borman has the map.
He does. So they're in trouble.
They're in trouble. Yeah, they don't know how to find the villa where Kessel's is hanging out. Yeah, I think, of course, I think you're right, Alana. Sure. So, yeah. So they get into the villa. All right, General. Well, we've got you. There are hazards.
Yeah, there's some. I mean, sometimes the vintage paper was good, but there's sometimes that the newsprint was so bad that it would just absorb the inks and not show the colors that well. But I agree. I don't like the real glossy.
I don't like the super
papers.
glossy either.
No.
There are a few really great editions these days that use really nice paper. And but anything's better than this stuff. All right, so they're on the move. And now what? Oh boy. So he's taunting Henry Jones.
So long, Bruno.
Yeah, okay. Uh-oh, there's a razor blade.
Of course, there always is. So they untie themselves.
The losers proceed with caution. Notice no thick borders on this issue.
That's true.
Yeah. Death waits.
Mike had done that already, and Mike had done that in the New Gods and all the other ones before.
Yeah. The Nazi leaps from cover as if a starting gun was echoed in his ear. Hey, look, it's Bruno. He's on the move. Yeah.
So he does this so that he can run across this field to alert the other troops, Nazis, the other Nazis.
No, Jones, don't do it. I can get him. So it is a race once again.
He has a tendency to do this. He did it. He did it at the beginning with the spread, and nobody can stop him once he does because he's so fast. He probably runs a mile in a minute, wouldn't you say?
Oh, here's some dark borders. Oh, for the flashbacks to the Olympics, the thicker borders. All right. He's running. He seems to be following a long white line. Huh?
And then he goes back in time to as if they're racing again because the white line that you see in tracks.
Yeah.
In the track.
He
runs right by Hitler.
Yeah.
His glaring eyes, cobra eyes.
Now or never. Oh, he jumps, but it doesn't work.
Bruno wins.
Jones
doesn't.
No.
And he alerts them. And of course he's so happy that he won and taunting him again. So now they all start running forward. And what happens there?
The mines go off. Right?
There's mines there? I didn't know that.
I think.
Yeah, there is. I'm joking.
Okay. Did I miss something?
No, we haven't disclosed that yet. What?
It's mine. The whole damned field is mine.
There it is.
Don't move, Jones. I must have been crazy to chase him. How do I get out of here? Keep cool and walk close to this white
Yes,
tape.
you were crazy to chase him.
Engineer's tape. It marks the only clear path. It looked like a line on a running track. Well, there you go.
That's true.
Alana11 on Facebook is saying that the old art on glossy paper always looks wrong. And she thinks that newer artists sometimes know how to design for it so it can work. And that is absolutely true. Yeah. It's just it's like not the old stuff with the old coloring on the shiny coated paper.
Yeah.
Bright white. It's just not.
But also the colors, they make the colors too bright too. They just look unnatural.
So, well, here come the Flyboys. And that's it. Oh, and then Bruno. and the team. See you, Bruno. All right.
You know, what's interesting about the what makes me think about when those figures are around a circle like that, it reminds me of when Jack talked about being in the war and how he talked about how bombs would land and disperse people, and he'd see all these designs, and as an artist, it was really like interesting to him.
Yeah,
even though it was morbid.
Yep. Okay, get ready for this. Just because, let's like make sure that people understand that, there was a guy named Jesse Owens who was a black runner at the Berlin Olympics, and he really
Hi, Lois.
he really showed up the Nazi Aryan racial blah crap that they were trying to pull off. And
maybe that's why he said Jeb. Jesse, Jeb,
maybe, but like it ended up being Henry. So yeah. So Jesse Owens was great. Peter, there were letters pages. They did have a letters page. We showed some of the essays that Jack wrote, and we showed a letters page last issue because our pal Steve Robertson wrote in, which was really fun. So ended up being a friend of Jack's as well, Jack and Roz's as well. But well, I'll be honest, I didn't really see that much interesting in some of these issues, so then I don't share it. What can I tell you? Oh, let me share the screen again. Bloop. Oh, no, I don't want Jesse Owens again. Enough of that. Okay. I want to show the comics. So, right. So, yes, just to go back. So we have this great quote of that from a convention in. I'm going to make your little thing go away. There it goes. That where Jack talks about the element of truth in his stories, and that he told a story about racing, and he experienced something like that in his war term tour of duty. So it was just fun that Tom was able to you found this quote. So that was pretty cool. We have a lot of his quotes, a lot of his interviews digitized, and we can search them and do all kinds of things. But still a lot of work to do with that. Oh, typo on Jim Starlin, but that's okay. We're just going to move on. Okay, so the reason why this black screen is there is because the next thing is back when we founded the Kirby Museum in 2005. Soon after that, we were approached by a really nice guy, Glenn Fleming, who said that he had some video of Jack when he went to visit Jack and Roz at their house. I don't remember when, 1991, 90, 91. And so he allowed us to put it, to digitize it and put it on our YouTube channel. So let's see how this works. All right, there's that. And we're going to play it. I think it'll work. Unless there's no audio.
I don't know.
I forgot. I might not have checked the audio button. So let's see.
No.
Can you hear it?
No.
No?
Nope.
All right. That's my mistake. I shared it without clicking the audio button. Share system audio. My mistake. So here's Jack, shot by Glenn Fleming. Back then.
And then the other side of the tape, was just ordinary ground. one American commando meets up with this German.
Oh,
I don't know.
They knocked each other. They were friends because they ran against each other in the 36 Olympics. And the German says, you know, I beat you. The American says, no, I beat you. He says, I remember. He says, my foot came down. And the German says, that's not so. That's not so, you know. He says, and you know that you're telling lies. He says, I beat you. He says, they say we came in under the dead of heat. He says, that's not true because I beat you. And the American said, well, he says, if you like to think so, he says, but I know a real story. He says, I know I clearly won that one. The German gets mad. And he says, you'll die for that. And he gives a yell, you know.
So, you know, the unfortunate thing was that there was some kind of weird thing going on with Glenn's camera. So it had this like crackly thing going on there.
Yeah.
But it's really cool. And Glenn has also made a DVD, and there's about a half hour's worth of Jack on video with, I think, still with that sound. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it does have the sound, unfortunately.
Yeah, but it's a pretty cool video. Let me get that number. And you know, we have a few copies here, and I may just since this video has premiering and it'll be, you know, kind of new for people, maybe I'll put a few copies up on our web store. Just a few,
sure.
you know, I don't know. I don't even know what the price should be. But anyhow, I thought that was fun. And Glenn is, you know, I think he runs one of the Kirby Facebook forums or something like that. So, he's all right. Let's see if we can get back to our adventure here with our, it'll happen. Okay, there we go. I'll make Tom's thing go away.
It's not
now
mine.
We're back. It's yours. I always think of you when I see it. It's like, yeah, Tom hates that thing. All right. So here's the Kubert cover for issue 160, and it's a very lovely cover. But this is a story called Ivan. So we'll see what's going on here. They're in Russia, and there are people like Ivan, who I guess were Russian, and they joined up with the Allgemeine SS, the Nazi executioners. I got the sense that he was a Peter. I don't know. Peter William Shelley on Facebook says Bosnians. Oh yeah, well, could be. I don't know what's going on with that fez, but anyhow, there's oh boy, this is horrible. That's, you know, our pal Richard Kolkman was like, wow, they got that past the code.
Yeah,
comics code. It's pretty brutal. Firing line, execution stuff.
The only thing I could think of on this level is in the Days of the Mob second issue, where you see all these dead people like that. But
yeah, it's pretty brutal. So these people are all being executed. Yeah, that's how it was colored, and yeah, amazing. I guess there was another Kirby piece in. You got that right, Alana. Holy shit. Oh, yeah. I think there was another. I think the Silver Surfer had some executions in it, and maybe even Silver Star.
Yeah, Silver Surfer graphic novel did have.
Yeah,
when they were trying to show the Silver Surfer how bad humanity was.
Right. So yeah, so there's that, and then we Ivan is he's scolded because some of them are still alive, but he says, well, he'll, you know.
Yeah, he's not very efficient. didn't kill him with the first bullet, so they have to go
Ugh.
finish him off, basically.
Yeah. Ugh.
So he's really like bloodthirsty, kind of like doesn't care.
Yeah. And I'm including. I noticed I went through and did this. I put a few of these photocopies in, but they're this is the best I could get quality out of that photocopy. Well, it was today, and it's not like I spent a lot of time on it, but sometimes these photocopies are just not that high quality, and
Yeah,
we have to
it
deal with that,
depends.
right? Yeah.
Right. Yeah, it depends a lot on the toner and
Sure.
that process. It's not like a photocopy. Some like today's photocopies, it was a wet kind of photocopy.
Yeah, it was almost like the old thermal fax machine, almost kind of thing.
Yeah, so
yeah,
can't expect much from that always. Yeah, the font. We have no indication of this.
Jared asks on YouTube if Kirby did covers for DC that got rejected and replaced with Kubert art. No, and like Tom said, we don't have any evidence of that. Just think they just moved on, and it's true. Mike did another great job with that, right?
Yeah, it looks very gothic, very dramatic kind of thing.
It's just
nice.
It's stylish.
Yeah, it's great. I can't think of any. I've seen that type of. I always thought it'd be really cool to have Mike like do a whole font, like just do all the characters and make it into a real font.
Yeah.
You could almost do that with a lot of his stuff. Like even this, stuff. You could probably anticipate what the other characters might be.
It's true.
What's interesting here too is that he didn't put the exclamation mark at the end.
You are correct. Jack has an exclamation there, and Mike did not put it there. It's not whited out.
Nope.
All right. Yeah. All right. So yeah. I don't know. These people, the SS, are living large, I guess, is the point, and being assholes.
So they're hungry, and this crazy, weird-looking woman is a cook, and she feeds them basically. But apparently, her food is horrible.
Oh, okay. Yikes. You cackling old hen.
Yeah, so they're dressed up. So losers are dressed up as Germans, and they have to act like that. So they're trying to act really.
Right. Yeah. But I agree. I must agree with your opinion of the food. It stinks. All right. Heil Hitler. Oh, there he is. Okay. Yeah. So
that's kind of true, but the interesting thing is the very first issue of the Losers 151 has a Kirby cover, right? The very first one.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure how that worked.
Well, Bob is just talking from Facebook is just talking about the scheduling of Kubert covers. The beginning or the end, OMAC, stuff like that. Yeah. It might just be how Jack decided to fill out his contract once it was kind of like at the end, and we knew he was closing it out.
Maybe. Yeah. Well, he might have left already because some of these came out when Jack was already at Marvel. So some of these issues.
So they question his lighter, and he's just such a smarmy dude. And Cloud is like, yeah, that speech was tougher to swallow than his old lady's meal. Oh, is that his mom?
Yes.
Man.
Yes, it is his mom.
Ivan's mom. Oh, God.
So then they retire.
Yeah.
And apparently they have to deliver a letter. There's a strawberry.
All right.
Yeah. Letter, the third panel.
Oh, okay. So you have to deliver a letter and get out of this butcher shop.
Yep.
Ugh. Yeah, he doesn't like the town, Sarge. All right.
He had to link up to deliver the letter with General, what's that say, Danikoff.
Danikoff. Yeah.
It's interesting because I think the last one too, like they have a mission that you never see them actually finish because the story takes over.
Right. They're here in this place. They have to do something, but then
It gives them context, I guess, for being there.
Yeah. Ivan, we've given you everything we have.
So they have a hidden cellar, I guess, with
in
all
the cellar
these,
below. Yeah.
all the people of the town. And this kid's a spoiled brat. Its mother eggs him on.
And this guy here is the actual owner of the house. And it's
Yep.
like, I gave you the house. Yikes. I know his kind. Ugh. Yeah. Horrible Nazi people. Okay. You're all just liars.
Then he lies to them, just saying it's so, that he's risking his neck to take care of them, get them out of the city.
Yeah. Keep your word. That's all we ask. Take this leather coat. Take my hat.
This is a fine coat indeed. And Sarge sees them, left the door open.
Yeah.
And he hears everything that's going on, realizes what's really going on.
Yeah. Hey, fellas, look in here. Oh, boy, more loot. He must have fleeced an army of victims. He turns them over to the SS when he's through with them. And look at all this
comes
cash.
the SS.
Oh.
Ready to turn them over. So he probably does this like once a week or something, or it's all planned. So it's basically grabbing everything from them and then just reports them anyway.
Yeah.
Not a nice guy.
We've been here before. We nab a few fish in hiding and take them to the wall. Oh boy, yeah. So that's they're lying, trying to cover. Then it's like, nope, that's it. And they take out the SS. And Ivan pops up.
What's happening?
Yeah, this has happened. Take the weapon. That's right.
And they knock him out cold.
They put his hand around the gun.
Yep.
They pull the people out. Uh-oh. There's Mom.
Slam.
Stew in your own juice. Stay down there and stew in your own juice, lady. So long, Ivan. Rotten hell. Oh, yeah. And then the last page, for some reason, I decided to do the big side by side. Yeah, and then Ivan is not to be found at his usual task. No, that's right. He's been put in the execution line. Don't kill me. I'm one of you.
Was one of you.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. That's great. Oh, it's tanks. Tanks for tanks.
Tanks for
Here
tanks.
are the Allied tanks. Here they are, battle buffs.
Battle buffs. Steel monsters.
That changed history of World War II. The Sherman Firefly.
Well known.
The Sherman tank. Very well known, yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone has a friend who's built like one. Here's the real thing.
That's great. Built like a tank.
And the Soviet tank. And now the Italian and the Japanese tanks.
Steel against steel in total war.
That's right. No pencil photocopies for these tank.
Yeah, oh, that's too bad.
Yeah.
Well, at least we got the inks. It's beautiful.
Yeah, and then beautiful
Nice
art.
inks.
Yeah. Even that, look at that lettering on Axis armor at the top. It's just great.
That is really cool.
I'm gonna go back. Yeah, even that, the tanks, very nice. Yeah.
Mike is a great graphic designer, that's for sure.
Yeah. All right, so that's it. Those are our 3 issues.
Wow.
I know. It's a black screen.
Those are great issues.
They are really. I'll go to this one. No, we'll go to this one. That's better. Yeah, so that was really fun. And just a way to introduce those comics to people. I went and looked at the hardcover book that DC put out like a long 2008 or something, I think it was.
Yeah.
And it's selling for $70 minimum.
Yeah, I have it right here. This one.
That's it. Your blurry thing is
I know
it, but yeah,
that's roughly it.
Yeah, so that's fun, and
yeah, they never reprinted it again. You think they would? I don't.
No, I know that nice paperback thing they did for the 100th birthday. That whole series, mostly pink covers that they did. Why not the losers? No. Somebody, yeah. So that was that issue. That's those 3. That's fun. Next week. It's
What's
a mystery.
happening?
There's a question mark because something is going to be different. And I don't even think we're going to talk about it because it's just going to be different. And please, I mean, the best thing you guys could do is to follow us on YouTube, hit the bell. What is that? Oh, no, I have it on the next thing. Comment, like, subscribe, and share. Especially if you take our notifications and do the bell thing so that you get them all. You'll see when I schedule something or we schedule something, and so that you'll know that when we're doing something live again, because we love doing these live things.
Hey, Steve.
We are. Oh, Steve Meyer on YouTube. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. 59 and 60. Yeah. Mile a minute Murphy. No, Jones. Yeah. Very cool. And we will. I don't know. We'll there's more to come. We are planning. There are rumblings and planning. There are plans afoot that we're going to start Commandy.
40 issues.
40 plus 40.
No, there's 40.
It's 40
unless we do other related stuff. But
so
there's 40.
Get ready for that. We're gonna really have fun with that because Commandy was my entree. That was the beginning of my Kirby life was reading Commandy, and then Peter William Shelley on Facebook. Any thoughts on why it had a short run? I think it was just
timing.
They didn't want to. I think the Demon was gone. Mr. Miracle was gone.
Just Commandy.
Commandy was running, and Jack had something to do, and maybe they just had an opening in the schedule for that book, like John Severin was moving on, or Robert Kanigher was whatever. But I think almost similar to like why Jimmy Olsen, but not really, because there was a whole other thing with the Superman universe and Jack. But I think it had something to do with just an opening in at DC. Like, well, and everybody who ever met Jack knew that all he did was talk war stories, so they figured it was a kind of an easy thing for him to do. Jared Draping on on YouTube. Commandy will be epic. Yeah, it will. It's going to be great. Thank you. All right. What else we got here? Oh yeah, become a member of the museum. We have memberships that are available, and you can help us out with volunteering and stuff like that. We do have. It's just great to have your support. We also we do have a gift shop where you can buy wonderful things. Like I will put up very soon. I will put up a few copies of Glenn Fleming's DVD, and there'll be other ways that you can help too soon. Like that's part of the Commandy project. All right. Oh, Bob, we got to put Bob's comment up. Yes, Bob Chippy on Facebook. Commandy was his main introduction as well. Picked up a few late Fourth World issues, but Demon, Commandy, and Omac were huge highlights of my early collecting. Yeah, I picked up the last issue of Demon and Mr. Miracle, but Commandy and Omac were totally where it was at for me. It was fantastic.
Thank you, Peter.
Oh, thank you, Peter. That's very nice. We've done a lot of these. We kind of have a rhythm, and it's kind of all right. It's fun when we have guests, though. We should if we're gonna do
Commandy will definitely have guests. We
have to get some guests for Commandy because it'll be
next the last show of Losers. Who knows? It's a big question mark. There might be. I don't know.
It's something.
You got to come back next weekend.
That's
next
right.
Saturday.
So yeah. So smash that subscribe button and ring the bell. Is that? I think that's what I'm supposed to say. Anyhow, I think that's it, Tom. Shall we?
Thanks, Mike.
Oh, Michael, good to see you. Thank you. You're welcome. It's our pleasure. And yep, we will see everybody
again. See you next week.
I guess. All right. I'm gonna say farewell. Thank you.